ACL, but it's a fun spot. A lot of things to do, and I really didn't come up to Atlanta much except just going to IKEA to get different stuff for my dorm. But yeah, it's a pretty fun city.
Have you tried the wings?
Oh, the wings? Nah, I like the they have some sort of like meatballs that is pretty good. Yeah.
Whenever you did come up to the city, you talked about being a Hawks fan. Do you have any fond memories of going to Hawks games in the past? Anything that you can remember that really sticks out?
Yeah, I remember going to a preseason game and I think they were doing some construction, State Farm Arena, and they're playing at Georgia Tech. And I remember Trey hitting a game winner, and I was going crazy. Before that, I think I went to like 3 or 4 Hawks games growing up, but it was pretty fun. I don't remember the games, but I just remember having a great time.
When you look at the culture in Atlanta as far as at the games, stars and celebrities, I mean, did you get excited about that as far as playing in front of them?
Oh, for sure, and especially seeing them front and center, on the front row. That's something that's going to be a little different from UGA, but I'm just super excited and pumped for it.
You have a group chat with all your Montrovert guys. Like, what's that conversation been like? You guys, one minute you're in high school, the next minute you guys are NBA guys. What's those conversations been like?
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing, and we're just also, thankful and grateful that, we do have a really strong bond, and, you don't get that a lot and in teams. And going throughout Montverde, for 2 years, we just bonded super hard, and, we really just text each other if, someone has a really big game or, it's on Sports Center. But, yeah, I mean, at the draft, we were just all hanging out, taking pictures and just like, just unreal that we're all here.
With you going through this whole draft process and finally getting drafted, I guess what's the one thing that you will remember about this entire process? And I guess what are some things that you'd maybe tell somebody that's trying to get in the position that you're trying to be in?
Yeah, I mean, some advice I would just say, just don't be too worried about all the outside noise. Control what you can control. Just have faith, in God, and put your best step forward, and everything will work out.
What has it been like to have your?
Go ahead.
What has it been like to have your parents with you and just be able to be there to support you?
It means a lot. Seeing familiar faces in the crowd definitely helps. My dad came to every single UGA game. My mom tried to make as many as she could, and my sister. But it's just super special. Just being blessed with parents that made sacrifices to support me means a lot.
What's your pregame goals and expectations for Summer League this season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just take care of all the little things. I want to be the MVP of the Summer League. Like that's my main goal, taking my best step forward, and just seeing where where the ball goes, and yeah.
What's your pregame playlist look like? What are you listening to during workouts or during pregame?
Yeah, I mean, I like listening to rap. Something that can get me upbeat. No Cap, Lil Baby, Drake. Those are probably my top 3 guys. Rilo. But yeah, just songs that just get me activated.
You briefly mentioned that Trey reached out to you. Have any of your other teammates reached out to you? Have you heard from anybody yet?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the whole team, was able to, get in contact with me in some form, and that just means a lot. That guys are taking the time to get to know a new teammate.